Welcome to our first Farmers Market online training session. This short online training session will review how to accept a WIC fruit and vegetable check while working at the busy farmers market. Prior to accepting any WIC fruit and vegetable checks, be sure that the participant is purchasing a WIC allowed food. Most fresh produce is authorized to purchase, and dried fruits are allowed only when specified on the check. Please note that sweet potatoes and yams are the only potatoes allowed. White, gold, russet, and red potatoes are not a WIC authorized food. Nuts, dried produce, or processed foods are also not authorized. You can view a complete list of WIC authorized foods in the WIC Authorized Food List Shopping Guide on page 15, which is available on our website. Here is an example of which checks can be accepted for dried fruits. On the top check with the green circle, the check specifically states, may combine fresh, dried fruits, frozen, and canned, whereas the bottom check, circled in red, states, cannot buy dried fruits with this check. Please be sure that you are checking this prior to selling the participants any dried fruits. Dried fruits, like raisins, can be a choking hazard for babies, and we want to make sure that those babies are getting fruits and vegetables they can enjoy. Two key components of the fruit and vegetable check handling are the WIC Identification Folder and your fruit and vegetable check sign. WIC participants will be looking for these signs so they know who is authorized to take their checks. WIC participants must have a WIC Identification Folder when they use their WIC checks. The folder will have the signature of the participant, and it may also have alternate signatures. The front side is the only part of the WIC Identification Folder that you need to look at. Now that we have reviewed what the allowed foods are, proper signage, and what the WIC participant should bring, we will go over the 6 steps to follow when accepting a check at the market, and then we will give you a short demonstration. The 6 steps involved in a successful transaction between the farmer and a WIC participant are: 1. The WIC participant gives the farmer the WIC Identification Folder, a check, and the items they wish to purchase. 2. The farmer ensures the date is within the first day to use and the last date to use, determines the cost of the items, and writes in the exact purchase price, up to but not over the value of the check. 3. A farmer gives back the check to the participant for signature. 4. The WIC participant signs the check and returns it to the farmer. 5. Farmer compares participant's signature with the one on the WIC Identification Folder. They should be the same. 6. The farmer, if everything looks okay, will then give the participant the items they purchased and return the WIC Identification Folder. Now that we have gone through the 6 steps to accepting the checks, we will now do a short demonstration of what the transaction will look like at the market. A WIC participant walks by and notices the WIC authorized sign and goes up to look at the produce.
Good morning. May I buy these strawberries?
Sure thing. That'll be $8.
I would like to pay with my WIC fruit and vegetable check.
Not a problem. May I see the check?
The WIC participant will then hand the farmer a WIC check. The farmer then examines the check to see that the first day to use the check is listed as June 9th and recalls that today is June 1st.
I'm sorry, but it looks like I cannot accept this check until June 9th.
I'm so sorry. I must have given you the wrong one. Here is the correct one.
The WIC participant then hands the farmer the new check. The farmer then examines the new check to see that the first day to use the check is listed as May 10th, and the last day to use is June 8th. He then checks to see that the check is for $10 of fruits and vegetables, so he is okay to accept this check.
Great, this check is for $10. Would you like to add $2 more of produce to your purchase?
Yes, please. Thank you.
The farmer then adds $2 worth of carrots to the participant's bag so that the participant gets $10 worth of produce.
Can you please sign this check, and may I see your WIC Identification Folder?
The farmer then writes in $10 on the check and gives the check back to the participant for signature. The participant then signs the check and gives the farmer her WIC Identification Folder. The farmer then verifies that one of the signatures on the WIC Identification Folder matches the signature on the check and sees that everything is okay. Then the farmer gives the participant her produce and her WIC Identification Folder back.
Thank you for coming by, and enjoy your produce.
Thank you.
All right, that concludes our demonstration. We would like to thank you for joining us for our short online training session on how to accept the WIC fruit and vegetable checks at the farmer's market. Remember, in order to accept the WIC fruit and vegetable check at your farm, you must have the appropriate authorization from the state WIC office. If you have any further questions, please contact us at 916-928-8513 or email us at wicfvc@cdph.ca.gov or visit our website at www.wicworks.ca.gov.